So hello everyone, in this audio class we will discuss the most important 20 questions that can be asked in the KVS and NVS interview related to child pedagogy and NEP 2020. So let's get started with question number 1. How does NEP 2020 redefine the traditional rote learning in geography? So NEP 2020 shifts the focus from content heavy to competency based learning. Instead of students just memorizing the names of rivers, they should understand the river system as a life sustaining cycle. This turns a dry fact into a functional concept. Question number 2. What is cross-curricular integration as per NEP 2020? So, it is the integration of geography with other subjects like history, economics or science. While teaching industrial location, I will link it with the history of industrial revolution and the economic costs. This creates a holistic perspective rather than fragmented knowledge. Question number 3. How will you use experiential learning in your classroom? So, it involves learning by doing and reflection. To teach soil profiles, I won't just use diagram. I will ask students to collect soil samples from their backyard. Examining the texture firsthand makes the knowledge embedded rather than just stored. Question number 4. Explain the importance of 360-degree holistic report card. So, it evaluates cognitive, affective and psychomotor domains. A student might be average in theory but excellent at map drawing or field observation. This report card recognizes these diverse skills, boosting the student's self-esteem. Question number 5. How do you define inquiry-based learning in geography lesson? So, inquiry-based learning starts with a question or a problem rather than a statement. Instead of saying global warming is rising, I ask, why did our local pond dry up earlier this year? This forces students to analyze and synthesize data like real scientists. Question number 6. What is the role of digital pedagogy mentioned in NEP 2020? So, digital pedagogy is the integration of digital tools for personalized learning. I use geographic information systems and Google Earth. Seeing a 3D model of the Grand Canyon makes a concept like erosion visually irrefutable and highly engaging. Question number 7. How will you ensure inclusive education for a gifted child in your class? So, gifted child. So, by providing enrichment activities and higher order tasks. While the class learns basic climate zones, I will give the gifted child a research task on microclimatic changes in urban areas, ensuring they remain challenged. Question number 8. How do you handle language barriers in KVS NVS setting? So, NEP promotes multilingualism as a cognitive advantage. I will use the concept mapping technique where diagrams bridge the gap. Visuals of water cycle are understood in any language, and I will slowly introduce English terminology. Question number 9. What is art integrated education in geography? So, using arts or visual or performing as a tool to learn concepts. Students can create clay models of landforms or dioramas of the solar system. Art helps in spatial visualization, which is the core of geography. Question number 10. How do you implement critical thinking while teaching natural resources? So encouraging students to evaluate conservation over consumption. I present a case study of a local forest. I ask, should we cut it for a factory or save it for the ecosystem? This builds ethical reasoning alongside geographical knowledge. Question number 11, define the constructivist approach in your teaching. So, knowledge is constructed by learner based on prior experience. When teaching seasons, I start with their observations of the sun's position. I don't give answers, I act as a facilitator who guides their discovery. Question number 12, what is formative assessment or assessment for learning? So, formative assessment is ongoing assessment to monitor student learning and provide feedback. Instead of one big final exam, I use exit slips or quick quizzes after every class. This allows me to adjust my teaching style before a student fails. Question number 13, how do you address the gender sensitivity in geography textbook? So, promoting equality and equity in educational materials. I highlight female geographers and discuss how climate change affects women differently in rural areas. This makes geography a socially conscious subject. Question number 14, explain scaffolding in the context of map pointing. So, providing temporary support to help a student reach a higher level of mastery. I start with guided map pointing using colors, then move to partial maps and finally blank maps. It's like training wheels on a bicycle. Question number 15, how will you teach environmental ethics? So, developing a sense of global citizenship. I teach that atmosphere has no borders. A storm in one country affects another. This fosters a sense of responsibility toward the global environment. Question number 16, what is the significance of community participation in NVS or KVS? So, involving parents and locals in the learning process. I would invite a local farmer to speak about crop rotation. This bridges the gap between the school and the real world. Question number 17, how do you manage a multi-grade or diverse ability classroom? So, through differentiated instructions, I provide different levels of worksheets for the same topic. Everyone learns the tides, but the complexity of task varies based on the student's readiness. Question number 18, what is blended learning? So, blended learning is a mix of face-to-face classroom teaching and online resources. I teach the theory in class and provide links to documentaries or virtual field trips for home. This maximizes the learning time. Question number 19, how do you define pedagogical content knowledge? So, the pedagogical content knowledge is the intersection of subject knowledge and the best way to teach it. Being a specialist means I don't just know plate tectonics. I know that using Oreo biscuits to show crustal movements is the most effective way for a grade 11 student to grasp it. Question number 20, and this is the last question for today. Why does NEP emphasize vocational integration? So, introducing vocational crafts from grade 6. In geography, we can teach surveying or cartography as a skill. This prepares students for potential careers in urban planning or data analysis later early on. So this is for today. Thanks for listening. Keep listening for further audio classes. Thank you.